first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the Michigan product, the former Wolverine quarterback Jake Rudock.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Young. To throw again on second down. Rudock. And his throw here is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And here comes Dortch on the return. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led by their 5'11 quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Walker now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Walker. And complete to Zach Ertz.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
He's taken down at the 43-yard line.
To throw is Walker. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
But let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Matt Prater for the Cardinal field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So is the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. First down, Walker. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Off the play fake, Walker. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he is going to lose yardage here. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Yeah, they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. He's going to get this underneath to Dallas. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. The Seahawks had 1-7 now on the year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
They'll run on first down with Dallas. A nice little juke. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Now look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Another run. Again, it's Dallas. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And he'll get this to his running back, DJ Dallas. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it? Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air. Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one. And Walker now to throw on first down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling. On 1st and 10 is Connor. Past the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Walker. Ertz over the middle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy. Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set. Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Right back to Connor here on first. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Walker. On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Well, hang on here. DeAndre Hopkins is shaken up, so we're going to have a pause for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Walker now on 2nd down.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked in and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Prater's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that. But let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We've got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the 1st half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome. That's complete to his running back, Dallas.
Broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further.
On 2nd down, a run with Dallas. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
On the return, Dortch.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start with a give to Connor. A little juke.
They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
And they go play action. Here's Walker.
And that is incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a draw play. This is Connor. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one. Here's away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Dallas up the middle. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. They'll try and run. It's Dallas.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Now remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. Once again, it's Dallas.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Ludak. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
This is taken around the 12. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
J.J. Watt that time, able to do what he does best, and that's sack the quarterback.
And that's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Connor up the middle. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Walker.
Found his target. It's Anderson.
And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Walker. Ertz has it left side.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
On 1st and 10, Walker. And this will be swung out here for counter.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Working out of the gun here, Walker.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Robbie Anderson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 29, Rudock. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Pulled in at the 24. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in Glen.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime to get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The Cardinals ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Walker now.
Looking left sideline, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
To throw is Walker.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Here's Connor on the read option.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Walker toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. 1st down, Walker. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a throw here to his running back.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Walker.
He'll dump this one off to Connor. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
To throw is Walker.
Flush under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Tershawn Wharton
able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They run behind center with Connor. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the 1st half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get involved in the end zone.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's got some space here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Looking to throw.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They're going to look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stumped all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Rudock. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
He gets this one complete to Bowden. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Straight ahead running, here's Dallas.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down, Rudock, and he whips that one incomplete there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, you know, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
That's helped them extend their lead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots, They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Walker, Ertz over the middle.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Walker's throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Walker.
And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Walker.
And that is incomplete. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So little by little, the better of these two sides starting to become more and more apparent.
3 points is not a knockout blow in the 3rd quarter, but when the other guys haven't shown they can do anything, they don't have any points. This is looking pretty good. Maybe not a knockout blow, but a good stiff jab, that's for sure.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Well, the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Young. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Young. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
This is Dallas, an inside handoff.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll try and run right on the option. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough.
68 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the handoff, Connor, and he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Gets past one man. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the gun, a give to Connor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Here's Walker. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not.
Seahawks take back over. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rudock. That ball complete to Isabella. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Young.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Rudock. He finds his man, complete. That's Young. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Facing this fourth-quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
The Cardinal offense takes back over. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead.
The drive will start with Connor, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 1st and 10 is Connor.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Cards, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.